Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 5. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show opens. This is going to be a short video because I didn't feel like that much even happened until it got to the end. But anyway, the show opens with Stormy and Courtney. They are down at their warehouse for Canvas Beauty, and she is having a quick meeting. So apparently they've moved from an old warehouse to this new warehouse, and so she's just meeting up with the team. They haven't been able to meet in a long time. And apparently the people that work, the team that she has is for the most part family and friends. You guys know how that can go. So she's just talking to the team. She's telling them how, they've got to make sure that they keep this warehouse better than they did the last one. I guess the last one was a mess, very unorganized and stuff everywhere. People just putting things down somewhere, not putting it back, all of that. So she was like, we need to do better this time and keep this warehouse together. We got to tighten up on a lot of things. They have late shipments that are going out, and they can't have that. They have to be able to turn their product over and make sure that it gets out on time. And then she starts crying. She said that she does it at every meeting because she's so passionate about, her business, and she wants everything to go well. So she just, gets emotional whenever she has to talk to people, and especially if it's something that's not the most positive. So she's having problems with the people, and if it don't get no better, then, she might have to start firing people. She don't want to do that. Courtney is just sort of like, honey, we ain't got a problem with letting them go at all, okay? You guys have a problem with anything that we say in here, then there's the door, okay? Not necessarily the most not the best way to talk to your employees, but I guess sometimes you just got to put it plain. Now, do you guys have any complaints? You guys can let us know. There's some criticism on our part too, and somebody, I think the nephew or the cousin, was just like, we need more hands, we need more people in production, because sometimes it's just him in production. Stormy was just like, she don't have a problem hiring more people, but she need to see more productivity. Like, I'm not bringing in more people if you guys can't even get the work done, that needs to be done now. She don't want to bring in new people. If she bringing in new people, she gonna be letting old people go. But whatever it is, she can't have her growth stunted at Canvas Beauty. So afterwards, she's talking to Courtney, and like I said, Courtney kind of feels like, we can let these people go if they ain't doing what they need to do. And she was just like, yeah, right now they have like retail orders, I guess, for the stores that are humongous, 20,000 pieces and things like that they really need to get out there that they hadn't been doing. So, that's the main focus right now, is just getting those retail orders out. So later on, we see her having a disciplinary type of meeting with Junior. Now, Junior is, I think, her cousin or her nephew, one or the other, family member though. And she says, you know what, Junior is the fun one. He's usually the life of the party. He's usually the one that comes in smiling and everybody have a good time, but Junior hasn't been that way recently. So she needs to tell him, he's the cousin, by the way, I read my notes. She needs to tell him that, she needs him to, they vibes ain't coming together, okay? The energy is bad when he comes in, and so she's just trying to figure out like what is wrong. Junior says that he feels like Courtney rides him. Now, Courtney ended up coming in this meeting as well, okay? Because I think Courtney already knew that Junior was about to, have some shit to say about him. So when he comes in, Junior tells Stormy that Courtney is always hard on him. And Courtney was just like, yeah, I'm hard on him because he is family, because he's your cousin, okay? And he ought to know better. So I make sure that he do what he's supposed to do. I expect more from him. They said that Junior be coming in late. He clocking in late. And Junior was just like, well, I can't help how, the traffic is on the street. And Courtney was like, yeah, that's when you leave earlier. Novel concept, right? And he was just like, well, I tried. I was thinking, you ain't trying. Leaving the house at 7:53 and your damn job is 10 minutes away. You gonna be late. What else am I doing wrong? Junior says to Courtney, since he's there. Courtney was just like, I go around and you be on your phone. And Junior was just like, everybody be on their phone. And Courtney was just like, not when I come around. When I come around, you the only one. I said, no, Junior, you the only one stupid enough to stay on your phone when the big boss come around. Okay, everybody else got sense enough to put their shit away. So the conversation that Junior and Courtney was having is different than the conversation that Stormy was trying to have with Junior. She was like, this is not the outcome that I wanted, because eventually they had to tell Junior that they was letting him go. Okay, nigga, you just got too much shit with you. Stormy said that she felt like Junior wasn't really listening to them and wasn't trying to hear what they were saying, and he just wanted to be right. So now she's worried that this is going to be a hindrance to their relationship. I'm like, girl, he always going to be your cousin. Okay, and truth be told, maybe he was ready to go anyway. So this might work out good for everybody. Now let's jump over to Marsau and Letitia. So they are hosting a Slutty Vegan event there in Huntsville, Alabama. So Slutty Vegan, that's originated here in Atlanta, they have a food truck, and apparently they drive around to different cities to scope out the city, see if there are people that, you know, like their product there, and possibly opening up a Slutty Vegan, like, you know, brick and mortar location in those different cities. So they're in Huntsville, and Letitia and Marsau have them there at Black, I believe. So they meet with the sales director, and, you know, they're just trying to basically sell her on possibly starting Slutty Vegan there. They have a shopping, like a shopping mall, I'm assuming. What is it? You know, the little corner malls, the strip malls. And, you know, that would be a great location possibly for them to have their store there. So, you know, they're just telling her. And she was just like, you know, maybe you guys might be slutified. I still haven't had Slutty Vegan because the lines here be out of this world. And Rocky don't do the lines. But, you know, Letitia, she trying to sell it hard. You know, she gonna be their realtor. Come on, realtor. After they have their meeting with the sales director, you know, they're going to sit and they're going to eat their burgers. Maurice and Kimmy also come, and so they're all sitting down and they're eating their Slutty Vegan burgers. What you got, sloppy toppy? Oh, okay, she gonna like sloppy toppy. What Scott man don't like sloppy toppy? So then they start talking about the last meeting that they had. Okay, it is now called the Core 6 instead of the Comeback Group, but that's still exactly what it is. Okay, yes, it's a rebranding of the Comeback Group. Kimmy says, so in other words, it's exactly the same as it was. Okay, because when you rebrand something, honey, you can stick a new sticker on that shit, but if the contents are still the same, then that's exactly what it is, the same. Maurice was like, well, what's different this time is that we all have a lot more experience, you know, even though there's different levels of our experience. And Letitia was like, yeah, there are different levels to what we're doing, you know, so that's why this was going to be good to come out and help the community and blopty blue. They not real sure how everything is going to work. You know, Kimmy and Maurice is not real sure how everything is going to work with the Holtz because they seem to still be going through something. Now, isn't it funny? All last season, the Holtz really didn't have much drama between the two of them. Now we back to the Holtz having drama between the two of them, you know. So they're going through something, and Letitia was just like, well, we just gonna focus on the business and, you know, leave the drama part out of it. I said, good luck with that. But as far as this event, that this Black Business Expo that Letitia's having, you know, Kimmy is still trying to get clarification on that. You know, this is you guys' event, and we are just coming to support. And Marsau said that you guys can have as much or as little participation in the event as you want. It doesn't sound like Kimmy really wants to do it, and I feel like I wish Kimmy would just go on and just be like, yeah, you know what, maybe I'll just support and come, but I ain't got, because the conversation seems to be about being compensated. Okay, if we're here and we gonna be speaking, then we need to get compensated. And I feel like Kimmy doesn't trust the fact that if Marsau and Letitia is getting paid for this, that they're not gonna give the rest of the people some of the money. And Kimmy is just like, no, bitch, if I'm working for you, then I needs to get my monies. She feels like they not really answering her questions correctly. I said, Kimmy, girl, you don't want to do it, child, just don't do it. Okay, you got other shit to do anyway. Well, Marsau said that he not paying nobody. So there you go right there. They get $100,000, then you know who's keeping that money, right? Okay. So if I was Kimmy, I'd have been like, okay, well, you know what? I ain't doing it. I'm just going to come and support, okay? And that could be that easy peasy, because, honey, ain't nobody sitting around here working for free while you guys get your pockets laced. No. Now let's jump over to Melody. So Melody says that, you know, she is considering working with Marsau and Letitia's Black Business Expo, but You know, it's also good sometimes to sit down with your own team just to know where you're coming from. I said, come on, Mel, with the flex today, because that's all this little scene was, you know. So she's sitting with her team, and, you know, she's just like, you know, I just want to thank everybody for working with me for this, you know, 2023, you know, for my team. Like, what do we have coming up for 2023? Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, first of all, Mel's beauty product that she sells, her skincare line, that made over $1 million. Okay, so did good there. Okay, we got some acting opportunities for Mel coming up. She might be on y'all screen and not on Love and Marriage Huntsville, so that's happening. They want Mel to do more fashion weeks. One of her people got a call in to Dubai and into London, and we'll get her out there next year or this year. And so, you know, Mel loves all of that. Okay, this is good news. Yes. Afterwards, Melody is sitting and talking with one of the team members, and this particular team member, she was just like, you know, it's been a lot going on. You know how it is. You've been through a divorce. And the lady was like, I absolutely have. And she remembers. So, you know, Melody starts going through the whole thing. You know, I have my children, and I never had any feeling that they was going to have to go through something like this. So, you know, I try to make sure that their lives is the same as it used to be, and that they're not missing out on anything. So, you know, I still make sure that I take them places and on vacations and take them things and do things that they used to. You guys know how Mel is. She's that's very important to her. Okay, that her children's lifestyles wasn't disrupted too much. So she's gonna have a party for 2 of her daughters. I think their birthdays are very close, so she's gonna have a party. You know, she's just trying to be her best self. She's trying to just fit in where she can. You know, she's knows that everybody is not on that same page. I'm sure she's talking about Martell. Martell don't fit in with her current lifestyle with these kids. The Martell and Mel drama is back on strong. And speaking of Martell, Martell is sitting and talking to Marsau. These two have worked out a bartering situation because Martell, you know, well, I've taken the test 4 times and I have not passed. So I am going to help Marsau get back fit to where he was in 2018, and in exchange he's going to help me pass this test. Now, I don't know what Marsau is going to do any different than anybody else has done trying to get Martell ready for it. You know, short of giving them the damn answers, maybe Martell just can't pass this fucking test. They start talking about the group, okay, the core 6 instead of the comeback group. Martell says that it's a good idea, that he likes the whole concept of it. Marsau was saying that he, you know, hopes that they all can work together, and Martell says that he thinks that they can. You know, Marsau says, yeah, this is a coalition of the women, and that's where Martell gets confused. Like, so when did they decide to be friends again? And Marsau said, well, I think they just chose to move on. Martell was just like, well, you know, every time Mel gets friends with somebody, you know, they fall out, then they're friends again, and then they fall out again. You know, and so then they start talking about the birthday party that Mel is going to be having for the daughters. You know, I don't understand, you know, Mel, she's inviting people to the party, you know, that she says is not even her friend. Okay, but didn't invite Martell, which is the problem. He started telling Marsau how he didn't see his kids last year for the birthday. Don't explain why he didn't, just says that he did. And I said, yeah, there's more to that story, I'm sure. Marsau was just like, oh, you know, what is the problem? Like, why y'all can't seem to work this out? It's Martell. Martell just is difficult. He's a man whose ego has been bruised, and so he has to throw his weight around, and this is the only way he can do it to Mel, through the kids. That's the only way that he can affect her, so he's going to do it. And Martell tries to tell him that Mel don't want people working with Martell anymore, so she tries to paint a bad picture of him, but I don't even think that that's true. I don't think that Mel even talks probably about Martell if she doesn't have to, but Martell inserts himself into her life and in her business, and then she, you know, so that's why he feels that way. But Martell is going on and on about how she keeps the kids away from him and all of that. You know, Marsau was just like, I just can't even imagine keeping my kids, even if me and Letitia weren't together, I can't imagine keeping my kids away from her. Well, you know, a divorce gets very ugly. But Martell is just like, well, you know, if it's my children and they're having something, then I feel like I should be invited to everything. And I'm not letting up anywhere. And I was just like, Martell just don't understand this whole divorce thing, does he? I know that damn Mel got to be so tired of dealing with Martell. Careful who you have your kids with. Now, lastly, you guys, this birthday party. So Mel is having a birthday party and she's hoping that they can have a good time down at the skating rink. That's what they are always hoping for. So, you know, people are getting down there, I'm assuming Mel's friends and family and all that. And then Martell walks in. So when Mel sees him, she was just like,
oh my God, okay, hold on. Martell, can you step outside? I want to talk to you for a second.
Okay. And Martell was just like, okay, like what?
Martell, you know, I'm just here. This is a private event for my daughter. You know, if you wanted to throw a party for your daughter, then you can do the same.
Martell don't understand why he wasn't invited. This is their daughter together and he wants to be there.
Yeah, you know what, but Martell, this is my day. This is my day. It's an odd year. Everybody knows on odd years it's for the mothers. And I don't have to let you be here.
He was just like, no, he needs to be here. It's his daughter. They, of course, are going back and forth. They in the opening when you first walk into the skating rink. And they're arguing. Okay, Mel is like, I'm trying not to make a scene. I'm trying to tell him to please leave. Okay, more and more people are starting to walk over here and get involved in the confrontation. I mean, Martell is going off. Even at some point, Van tells him, you know, that he need to back up and that he need to not even be in this. And she was like, you don't need to be in this either. Okay, so he starts screaming at Van. I was just like, oh, I can't imagine my husband screaming at my mother like that. But of course, that's why I said divorce is ugly. The shit gets real nasty, you know. So he's screaming at Van and Mel is trying to tell him,
please, Martell, please don't make me call the police and have them remove you from my private event.
Okay, he was like, I don't care what you do. You go in and call the police. Call the police. And then he gonna tell us in the confessional, Mel has been threatening to call the police on me and things of that nature. That's been her thing, you know. She's called the police on me multiple times. Well, nigga, that's because you act up multiple times. We ain't just calling the police just so they can come by. Then he gonna tell us, and the police always come in and things are always in his favor, so that should tell us something. But you know, you can't believe nothing Martell say, honey. He make up stories right on the spot. But it seems like once he kind of gets in there, he see the kids, he kind of cooled down a little bit. He probably see people giving him the look like, nigga, you over here ruining your damn baby's birthday party. So he finally does leave. Okay, so now Mel is relieved. Okay, finally she can enjoy the rest of the party. So she's going around, she's skating with the kids and all of that. And then she sees Kiki and Letitia talking. And so she goes up,
y'all not skating, y'all not gonna get up and come on, let's go skating. Come on, y'all, what y'all doing?
Kiki was like, no, we not skating. Letitia said that she got stuff to do, so she's not even putting no skates on. Kiki was just like, I was just surprised to see Letitia here. You know, Letitia telling me that you guys worked some things out. You know, y'all had to come to, come to Jesus, a come to Jesus meeting. And Mel just like,
well, I see that the two of y'all might have had a come to Jesus meeting too, because, you know, when we was at the spa, things kind of got heated, got real heated around there.
Yes, it did. You know, Kiki still ain't seeing it for Tiffany. And she gonna get with her when the time permits. Okay, let her go on and have her little baby and everything, and then she'll have a conversation. But anyway, Kiki heard that Mel is gonna be giving an etiquette party, and Mel was just like,
you know, I'm gonna have somebody, a communication specialist, come down and talk to the girls. You know, it's gonna be a high tea, and we're gonna sit around and have tea and have our hats on and everything. It's gonna be fun. Y'all gonna come, we're gonna have hats and everything.
Yeah, we're not gonna agree all the time, but we're gonna sit down and we're gonna figure out a way to communicate with each other, you know, so that we can just be cordial around each other. Everything can be cool. Letitia's cool with that, Mel is cool with that, and I guess Kiki gonna be cool with it too. Like Letitia said, respectful communication. Yes, respectful communication. Kiki says, well, you know what? I don't feel really all that respected by Tiffany. I can't respect people that don't respect me. And Mel says,
well, you know what? Sometimes, Kiki, sometimes respectful communication is just not saying anything at all. But it's going to be fun. But anyway, let me get up here and go get these kids. Go on and get your kids, Letitia. We're going to get together. We're going to sing happy birthday, okay?
So they get up. They get the girls, all the kids together. They sing happy birthday. And Mel says that, you know, the day was a success. that her daughters have fun and that's all that matters. And I'm assuming that she's letting Martell pick them up afterwards so they can go and celebrate with their daddy on his day that he's not even supposed to be with them, but out of the kindness of Mel's heart, she's going to let him. That Martell is a pain in the pussy. And I can tell you that the drama that him and Mel goes through is so unnecessary. At this point, it's so unnecessary. Martell needs to fucking get it together, okay? And we about to see him all splashed over Real Housewives of Atlanta too. Child, it's gonna be something to see. But yeah, that Martell, oh, he is a pain. Can you imagine all that at the damn? I can. Unfortunately, I've seen these kind of things play out, and ridiculous, child. Anyway, that's it on that episode. How y'all feeling about this season so far? Make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.